What's up, people? Welcome to Dream Chasers Radio with me, your host, Yaya Diamond. Oh, I got a return guest, but not only do I have a return guest, I have some stuff to give to you, like some audio stuff, like some music. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the show. So I'm literally not going to give it to you. You know you're going to have to buy it, right? But you can hear it right here. So I want to welcome back to the show. This person here has done so many wonderful things with his career, with his life. I am such a fan. Amadeuz, welcome back to the show.
Yeah, what's up? How we feeling?
I'm feeling good. Yeah. How you feeling?
You're good. You're smiling. You're radiating.
Definitely trying my hardest to be on the positive side. Definitely.
As we all should.
Definitely. So tell me what's going on with you. You got new music out. I mean, come on, just go ahead.
So I dropped my new album Any Day Now, the sequel. Originally the project was intended to be 3 EPs. Mm-hmm. And then obviously the pandemic hit. Ugh. So I think when we spoke last time, the pandemic had just hit. So, right. I was planning to do 3 EPs. I just had a lot of time, and then adjusting to the new ways of the world. Obviously, radio stations are closed, so we're broadcasting from home. So I thought, you know what? Let me go into the lab and let me actually create like an album, right? Because I put out 2 EPs. I haven't put out an album in a while, so I don't put out an album. So I put together an amazing body of work. It is probably my best body of work. I know a lot of artists say that. But for me personally, it's the first time that I've let people into my personal life. Mm-hmm. And I talk about things personally from my upbringing to infidelity issues to, issues I've had with my kids and politics and just the way the world is around us. And I kind of express this vividly and poetically on this project.
Wow. Did that help you psychologically to maybe advance a little bit further and to kind of release some things that it was on your shoulder before?
That's actually a great question because recently I've noticed that I'm depressed. Like when I was in the ending process of my album. I released my album on October 29th and I recorded like the last 3 records probably that month. And I never realized how depressed I was, like, because, we're public figures. So every day we have to operate in a sense where we have to be smiling. We have to be the strong people. And as public figures, we don't have outlets. We don't got people to talk. We don't have people to talk to. So it ends up becoming bottled in. And you kind of just, you hide it away in fame or work or alcohol or just, partying. And you just never really deal with your issues head on. So absolutely on this project I was able to let some of the things off that were bothering me, even things that I didn't even know were bothering me once I tapped into who I was as a person.
Wow. That's a big deal what you said too, that you were able to release a lot of different things that you didn't even know you had, that you were able to release. But not only that, being that celebrity, being that public figure, people don't realize that it is a really lonely existence a lot of the time. And they wish they could be you. They wish they could do this. But they don't realize the toll that the publicity takes on your life and not being able to confide in people. Have you been able to find certain outlets now since you know about these, difficulties that you've had, even the ones that you didn't know you had? Are you able now to kind of vent a little bit more?
I would say no, because I'm still in the same space. So really, I think people have safe havens, like places they feel safe. Yeah. And for me, my safe haven became the recording booth. So I let it out to more than one person. Okay. You know what I'm saying? I let it out to the world. But still, you know, if anything's bothering me, let's say like, you know, I got into an argument with my mom, or like you know, like I was explaining, my mom had COVID. It's not things that you kind of just talk to people about, in a
Right.
sense. You know what I'm saying? If you operating in a regular, maybe 9 to 5 space, or regular, like regular person, quote unquote, space, it may be easier. But so, you know, as a public figure, people have a tendency of using these things against you, so you tend to bottle them in. You know, instead of embracing you, they use it to attack you, right? And it's unfortunate. You know what I'm saying? But you know, so yeah, just to answer your question, I would say no, but it feels like a weight was lifted off my shoulders,
Well, that's a good thing.
being able to talk about some of the things that I spoke about on the album.
So what's your favorite song on the album, and why?
Wow. My favorite song sonically, like sonically wise, as a musician, is 90s Vibrations. And the reason why, it's because I always tell unsigned artists and even mainstream artists that one of the problems that I see with music is that artists with lyrics are not creating music for commercial spaces. So what that means is, like, you're creating music I can play in my car when I'm chilling with my friends, but you're not creating music I can play in a barbecue, or music that I can play at a mall, or music I could play in any space except one or two people. So to be able to create like an actual single, to give it like an R&B vibe, to have like someone singing on the hook, that's definitely my favorite record on the project sonically. My personal favorite record is track 10, Never Make It, because that's the record that I actually got to give insight into my life, into my upbringing, and I got to kind of answer people's questions as far as, like, you know, why do I have the drive that I have? Like, why did I choose to be a radio DJ when I didn't know how to DJ? Or why did I choose to learn film without learning film, or go on National Geographic? So I got to kind of paint a picture. And that record, I almost changed the title of the album, because that record I wrote about a specific apartment that I lived in Marble Hill, in the Bronx. Everything in that kind of confided into one apartment. So I almost changed the name of the album to 6E, that was the apartment that I lived in. But I was like, you know what, let me just keep the album title. I was already committed to it. But yeah, Never Make It, track 10, definitely.
Wow. Well, I want to thank you, Amadeuz. You know, what would be your advice for a person, you know, that wants to aspire to be like you and to be that celebrity person? Because obviously being a celebrity, being in the public eye isn't all it's cut out to be. But
No.
what kind of advice can you give a person who aspires to be where you are today?
Two answers. One would be, don't chase the look, chase the result. I think a lot of people get caught up in the look. Like, they do things to look a certain way, but there's no result. Then you can inadvertently add yourself into a money pit. You know, for like an unsigned artist, you know, he's chasing the look, or I want to look like I'm with this guy, look like with this guy, but you're not getting any results. So you just end up in a money pit. So results, number one. And two, I think the biggest mistake that people make, and I see this consistently with just my peers and people around me, they chase the fame instead of the money. You got to chase the money. If the fame is meant for you, then it'll come. Me personally, I didn't ask to be recognized for anything. I was chasing the money to feed my family. Because I was chasing the money and I was doing business in the correct manners on all aspects and learning my crafts and things, I inadvertently just put myself in the spotlight. That is how it naturally progresses. So I can still have a life, but there are a lot of moments where, like, for example, I was having dinner in the city yesterday, and, like, people are coming up, and Shade 45, so it happens. But again, it's about executing it correctly, Yaya. And I think a lot of people don't do that. I think they're just too worried about, like you kind of said it right, like they're worried about the fame. You're worried about being the guy. Like, no, just worry about getting money, and it'll happen for you the right way.
Wow. Well, thank you so much. I want to play a song but I want you to choose which one. So we're going to go ahead and play a song. Amadeuz, you're going to go ahead and choose that. And while we're waiting for Amadeuz to decide which song he wants me to play, I want to thank you again so much for tuning in, not only on dreamchasersradio.com and all of our podcast stations, but also on 100.9 FM and 1580 AM. And that's WCCF on iHeartRadio. So Amadeuz, have you decided which song you want me to play?
Yeah, let's play 90s Vibrations. Let's get into it. It's a great feel-good record. It kind of has like that Slum Village, Common, Talib Kweli instrumentation with the classic New York bars that people expect.
Oh yeah, that's that 90s 2000 vibe, baby. Yeah. We gonna have to bring out the Dro and the Duchess for this one. Bring it out. Yeah. Vibe.
Let's just love and vibing, love all night.
Vibe. This is that old school joint though. We gonna have to rock out. Let's do it.
Let's just love and vibing,
yeah.
love all night.
Youngin'.
You're down.
Check.
I'm down.
Look, hey yo, politely, shorty has something to excite me. Trying to show a gangster what's the meaning of a wifey. Hydro smoke young, I steam on the nightly. Flow hot, but my wrist gleam cause it's icy. Young eyes rocking it all day, I get it anywhere. Baby girl gave me top in the hallway. Swag on $1 billion, clocking our forte. I'm bagging up $1 million while I'm watching our foreplay. Meanwhile, I let bread stack to a mean pal. I always keep that money on call like speed dial. I could never see how he's foul when I could get your man jewels taxed faster than E-Foul. I got this. Every time I spit is with the hotness. That's why your girl dancing on my countertop topless. I scorched this from the projects to the office. The boss of the bosses flossing in my fortress. Every night hitting her up. He get high off the green. Me and her burn pivot she want. Plus your chick look thick from the front. She been high off my love so long. She was my for bumps up. Vibe. Oh, that 155th Branson flow, baby. That's right. Vibe.
Let's just love and
Vibe.
love all night.
Yeah.
You're down. I'm down.
Look, hey yo, you know your boy been the boss like Hugo. No auto-tune though while I'm sipping on Nouveau. Mix it in the kitchen, I'm flipping wherever you go. Have fiends spaced out like they sitting on Pluto. It's true though, my boo know I'm locking it down. Flow harder than concrete when I'm rocking my sound. While you handcuffing your bro, locking it down. I keep it in the penthouse, we on top of the town. Yeah, I bag that, beat it up like I never had that. Standing ovation from behind, make a clap. She clutching her ass while loving the last. I gave her back shots like I laid a gun on her. Lighting the sour, taking what's rightfully ours. Young, I hit it up every night on the hour. Plus that la got you in the zone with the fam, got you open. How the hell you going home? Leave your man dead. Vibe. Oh, that's that bop right there, baby. Yeah. Youngin'.
Let's just love and
Vibe.
love all night.
Yeah. Feel good music.
You're down.
Look, yo, hey yo, she far from a beginner. That girl is a winner. I'ma eat her like dinner every time I'm in her. I see her, I only see myself like a mirror. So could it be I'm falling in love like the spinner and she shivers? I keep that thing soaked like a river. I'm hitting that till my fingers poking her liver. Being fine was a crime. She catching a case, hands wrapped by her waist while she passed me an eighth. At last, this is it, baby, pass me the piff. No need to hit the telly through that in the whip. Switch lanes with my dame quite fast when I dip. Them brains in the game got me crashing the six. What the blood clot every night she asks for the call me Dr. Love when she asks for a fix. No inf gear, stay on top. Cause I rock cool G's that got more colors than a crayon box. Sing the drop. Vibe. I feel like the skate keep mixed with the arc though. Yeah.
Let's just love and
Vibe.
love all
Any day now. The Inphamus Amadeuz.
You're down. I'm down.
I dare to be different. I dare to be different. I dare to be different. I dare to be different.